Josh Johnson with Sterling Equipment Repair in Cottonwood, Minnesota. And today we're going to give you an overview and a walk around of the Manitou MLT 630 agricultural telehandler. This machine is quickly becoming a very popular option. It offers a 100 horsepower Deutz engine and 6,600 pounds of capacity, which is a really nice option for someone who's maybe started at that 74 horsepower telehandler size, 5,500 pounds of capacity and wants to take a step up, or someone with a loader tractor or a very large skid loader that's looking to move to a machine that will give them more versatility and bang for their buck. As you approach the cab entrance of the MLT 630, two things to take note of are that there is an electronic roll-down window that is protected inside of the door on this machine. Also, the pull handle is easy to access. As you go to get into the machine, access is excellent, low, one step, and very easy to get into for any operator. Manitou has really done an outstanding job in the MLT 630 with the cab. This machine is one of the new age ag designs, and with that design comes kind of a facelift to their cab. It's still got some of the essentials, but they've made a lot of improvements in functions and design. This machine is heat and air conditioning. The controls are right up here in the front. There's vents for your defrost and adjustable vents to keep the operator comfortable. As you move from the front to the back, it's the same steering wheel you see in their other machines. It telescopes, moves up and down, has windshield wiper functions, blinker functions, and headlight functions on it. Over to the front, we have a phone holder and the vision display, which we'll talk about more in a minute. As we look at the front dash here, the emergency stop button is up here, and Manitou has brought these pairs of silicone buttons in for all of the functions. These buttons have the programming in the switch, not in the location. So the operator can customize where they want their different functions to be located at by simply popping them out and moving them. Right now, we have the reversing engine fan buttons up here. If an operator is going to use that and turn it on often, he can pop that out, move it over here on the armrest, etc. Do whatever you want. This machine has two driving modes, one that puts priority to the transmission and one that puts priority to the boom hydraulics. That button we see up here, as well as this machine actually has 4 steering modes rather than the traditional 3. Crab steer, all-wheel steer, front-wheel steer. But Manitou has also brought an option they call Manisteer that allows you to lock the rear tires at an angle and then adjust for those really hard to get into places. The vision display, which Manitou has put in the MLT 630, gives the operator a lot of options for monitoring and adjusting things. On this display, we see the fuel, the depth monitors, the speed and RPM gauge, the transmission notification for which gear you're in, parking brake, but this display also allows us to shift and monitor hydraulic functions. When you're using hydraulic attachments, these two bands here will show the amount of flow that you are using going out or going in, and show you the percentage of hydraulics that you're using. There's also presets that this machine has that will allow you to program and set maximum hydraulic flow for A or B going in or out, and allow you to, if you have an attachment like a silage defacer, that you know exactly where you want it set for RPMs and for flow, you can preset those, get in the cab, hit 2 buttons, the machine will go to those RPMs to that amount of hydraulic flow, and you're ready to go do your work. This machine is also equipped with backup cameras, both to the rear, which will give you a good view as an operator out the back, and if the rear mirror is positioned, you'll also be able to see into that mirror and down around the hitch area without actually having to turn around. And also to the side, where that offside in telehandlers is always the concern for visibility, and this gives you a view of where you're going down the side. One major cab feature that Manitou has brought to this machine that has improved operator presence is the one-piece windshield with the angled louvers at full lifting height. This greatly improves the visibility the operator has to the implement that they are running. As we move back, we get to Manitou's patented JSM, which is an all-in-one joystick that is in all of the MLT machines. It's an excellent design. You can easily manipulate the shift buttons for your 2-speed hydrostatic transmission. The forward and reverse button is easy to get to without moving your hand around. The 2 rocker switches on the side. The top one runs your power attach or your auxiliary hydraulics if you have an attachment, grapple bucket, snow blower, silage defacer plugged in. The bottom rocker switch is going to run your boom in and out. Otherwise, the joystick operates like a normal joystick, up, down, your loader, tilt, and curl back. As we move back past the JSM, there is a hand throttle lever, which in this particular machine, the MLT 630, this is an excellent feature of this machine. The RPMs can be separated from your ground speed with the hand throttle. So if you're doing something that requires high RPM or you want better hydraulic performance, set the hand throttle to whatever the RPMs that you would like, and then control your travel speed with your foot. It's an excellent design. It gives you a lot of options for running attachments, etc. There's more of these gel-coated buttons that we see that are programmed into the switch that could be configurable. This machine is equipped with automatic ride control or a lock-on ride control. If you have the automatic ride control on, the ride control will be on when you're above 2.5 miles per hour. It'll come off when you come to a stop. So if you're picking up a bale or placing a load, it will kick out to give you full control as the operator, and then kick back in as you pick up speed. It also has some other preset functions we'll talk about with the display, continuous flow hydraulic lockouts for both the JSM, the auxiliaries, and the angle of your forks. As we get to the rear, there's some storage space behind the operator. This whole armrest floats with the Grammer Air Ride seat, which really makes for a smooth operator experience. You go across the field, you're bouncing, whatever, everything here is going to float together. When you're going to exit the cab, MLT 630, the exit handle is right on the side. The gas shop opens the door for the operator. Manitou has brought a cutout into this cab, which makes visibility to the step and access for the operator's left foot excellent. And with one step out, it's easy to get out even for an operator with limited mobility. At the rear of the MLT 630, you can see the biggest feature being the cast counterbalance weight that protects the rear of the machine and provide ballast. Now, firmly bolted to this is a hitch. This machine has a rated towing capacity. You can use it to haul your hay wagons out to the field, load up, bring back in, etc. There's a European-style hitch that rotates back and forth and oscillates as you move over terrain. Here at Sterling Equipment, we sell an adapter that puts this into a better format for more American-styled hitches. This weight gives protection to the def tank, grease bank, as well as an electrical for trailers. There's hydraulic hookups for brakes here on the rear as well. Over to the left side is the diesel tank, and you can see the rear backup camera mounted at the top here. As we approach the engine compartment in the MLT 630, you'll notice a couple of things. We run an ag pre-cleaner on the top of this machine, which is going to extend air filter life and filter out large contaminants. And also, Manitou has a kind of sharp design cover for their exhaust, which is going to help debris fall away from the exhaust system. At the hood, operated by a gas shop, and underneath we have the 101 horsepower Deutz engine that Manitou is powering this machine with. Deutz is an excellent brand. We're very happy to have this machine. As we go to the front, we're running single stack coolers on this machine with a reversing engine fan. There's a remote post for your battery here at the front as well. Moving to the back, your oil dipstick is here, a fuel filter, your oil pad. The belt is protected by this plastic cover and easy to access. Second fuel filter to the rear here. engine air filter is easy to access this side. Your block heater is to the rear of this. And underneath, there are access panels if you need to rinse out the engine bay, for access to components underneath. This hose at the front here is what you use to drain your oil when you're changing oil. The panel here at the back comes off, giving you access down into the left here to your oil filter and your oil drain. You screw this hose into your oil drain and you're going to get a mess-free oil change. As we look at the boom head on the MLT 630, you'll see the distinctive Manitou attachment system on the front with the two hooks on the machine and the pipe on the attachment. The system is excellent, low maintenance. There's no linkages in the power attached system. It's just a single cylinder that extends and retracts, powerful to push through snow or whatever debris you get down in that system. The boom head itself has a lot of metal. Manitou has built this well and tucked the tilt cylinder up into the boom head, which will protect it from getting hit. This cylinder is very large. It's going to give you a lot of breakout force as you're bucking into silage piles, manure piles, snow piles, whatever you're doing with the machine. The auxiliary hydraulics out here on the boom head are run at a 90, which is going to give you the best opportunity to hook up to them as an operator. Using the Easy Connect system Manitou has on this machine, you press and hold this button, which will release the hydraulics and allow you to push on your hoses with very little effort. And with this quarter turn valve turned, the same button that runs your power attach in the cabin is also going to run your auxiliaries. So one turn of this and right on the JSM, a very convenient grapple bucket, silage defacer, whatever you're running, you're going to be running that. As you look at the front here, the battery is underneath here where the battery disconnect switch. There's a tow point here on the front, fenders on the front, just like we have over the rear tires. And as you can see here, Manitou has two grease points on the kingpins inside of their wheels, and they have remoted these up so that when it comes time to grease this machine, it's easy to access. You don't have to climb down and grease underneath and get on the ground. We hope you enjoyed this walk around and overview of the MLT 630. This machine is an awesome option if you're looking for a mid-size agricultural telehandler. Go check one out at your local dealer or come see us here at Sterling Equipment and Repair in Cottonwood, Minnesota.